Hello, all you beautiful people. I am actually so sorry that you have found this video because if you did, it means that you are feeling so terribly lonely, but you're not the only one. We are in a huge, ginormous loneliness epidemic at the moment that has only been compounded by this COVID pandemic that is, I do feel like it's slowly lifting and things are getting better and things will improve and are improving. I would like to share a story with you on how I mostly cured my loneliness, my deep-seated loneliness that I always felt. That doesn't mean that I don't ever feel lonely anymore, but it's not as painful. It doesn't send me into a spiral of, not wanting to be on this planet anymore and feeling so cut off from everybody. And if you've experienced a lot of trauma, you might feel like you're unrelatable now to other people, and if that's the case, then you're certainly not alone in that feeling, and there are other people that can relate to you and can hold sacred space for you and attune to you and feel you and all of these beautiful things that should naturally already be happening. But just because of today's day and age, we've been trained out of connection. And if you haven't already watched my video on the number one thing you need to succeed, I recommend watching that. But in that, I talk about the number one thing, hint, hint, is connection. We all need connection in order to be a healthy individual and to have success in our life. I don't know if I mentioned it in that video, which is linked probably somewhere up here, but it can satiate and nourish and heal our whole nervous system and body, and it can put us in relief, right? When someone gives you a nice big bear hug or teddy bear hug, someone that you feel like really gets you and understands you and truly loves you, and it makes you feel good, right? But even now, so we are not getting that nearly as much as we should, unless hopefully for the lucky few that are living in a household with people that they love and they get that physical touch that they need on a daily basis. And of course, touch and curing loneliness goes much more deeper than physical touch, and I'm going to get into that. But all I'm saying is that if we weren't in a loneliness epidemic, boy, we are really in a loneliness epidemic now. I do feel like, in a strange way, even though we've never been as divided as we are now on many topics, I do feel like it is activating people's consciousness. More people are waking up to the truth. And it's actually bringing those people that are on this higher frequency. And if you don't listen to her, I recommend that you do. You listen to Magenta Pixie, because she talks about, I've heard her talk about like this web, this like spiritual, non-physical web that we all can log into and connect with each other on. So the more that people awaken, they can log on to that and connect with, kindred spirited, awake people. So that is one way that hopefully you can feel less alone, is by connecting into that through meditation. love is so important right now. It is so, so important. And so much fear and lies and deception and stress and overwhelm and all of these things are hitting us all day long, and it's decreasing our immunity, and feeling lonely and feeling disconnected decreases our immunity as well, decreases our well-being and health. It's the number one human need is connection. So love is really important right now. Focus on what makes you feel at ease. Focus on what makes you feel peaceful and loved. And focus on putting love out there. But if you feel destitute, abandoned, forsaken, just so terribly, achingly lonely inside, and you don't feel like no one really cares, no one has time, everybody else is in so much pain, they don't have the capacity or ability to, I'm just saying how you might feel because this is how I felt. They might not have the ability or capability of feeling your pain because the pain that they're in is way too much. And then you're in the right place. Because I was able to heal this. And the way that I healed it is a kind of an unconventional story. Maybe, depending on who you are. And I'm not promising that this will heal your loneliness, but maybe it will. And I'm just here to share how I healed it within myself. So I was in a really, really, really low place, and I was able to speak to my angel spirit guide, twin flame, which is a little bit different than a soulmate. You can call it anything you want. But anyway, I was talking to him, and he asked me, don't respond right away, but who's in the room with you right now? Just feel it. Just feel it. Just close your eyes, and I want you to do this as I'm telling you the story. Close your eyes and feel who's in the room with you right now. All the love that's in the room with you right now, no matter how much in pain you are, how sad you are. Feel the energy in the room. Feel the presence that is focused on you right now. This was a ginormous game changer because I realized that I was never alone. I might have had people in my life that made me feel alone and abandoned and forsaken and left destitute, and who couldn't. I was exposed to people in my childhood that were living in a completely separate reality than me, completely separate. My reality and their reality, there was no commonality whatsoever. They couldn't see me, feel me, hear me, nothing. And that, as a child, was kind of like my blueprint for the world, for a long time. But this was all very subconscious. And I kind of developed beliefs around that kind of experience. And so I realized that even though I had people, I was exposed to certain people that really taught me a whole lot and were some of my greatest teachers, and helped me awaken and helped me understand other people more and have more compassion for others and helped me be the teacher and healer that I am today. Even though I had those kind of people in my life, I got to realize that I was never alone. That even though I might have been in the same room with this individual, there are all these other angels and entities and beings and people who have been before in the room with me, positively focused on me, loving me, going through this life journey with me, guiding me, loving me, and cheering me on. It was just a really profound experience. So I encourage you to ask yourself, maybe go into a meditation, and maybe you can practice this for a few days if it doesn't come to you right away, because if you are, it's kind of hard to feel it when you're in a lower vibration, unfortunately, sometimes, depending on who you are. But maybe practice this for a few days and go into meditation and try to try to think a better feeling thought. Try to find thoughts and focus on things that feel good. Watch a good movie, watch your favorite TV show or something, read a good book, and then when you're in a slightly improved vibration, not that there's anything wrong with where you are right now. Anyone else would be feeling the same way you would be feeling right now. How you're feeling is absolutely beautiful. I'm just saying that it can be a little bit difficult to connect with pure divine love when you feel completely separated from it. So the more that you can feel a little bit closer to it, it's kind of like listening into a room next door, and you kind of have to get a little bit closer to the wall or open the door a little bit so you can hear more. You can hear more of the whisper, and soon it will be this big, loud, booming music or voice or sound or whatever, however it comes to you. You will feel it. You will start to feel it. You might want to go out into nature. That can help. So I advise you to do that meditation and ask yourself while you're in meditation, who's in the room with me right now? Who is positively focused on me right now? And just let that question go out into the universe. And you will receive a profound answer back. You will. And these beings are not just physical, like the amount of non-physical beings that are positively, lovingly focused on you, it's the same equivalent or more of the people that are physically out there currently embodied on this planet that need you, that are tapped into you in some way, that are connected to you in some way. It's all the same. There's no difference between the non-physical beings that are positively focused on you and the physical beings that are here for you, that want to connect with you. People want to connect with you. Perhaps you were just exposed to people who had different values, had different priorities, had a whole set of other traumas where they couldn't have the ability or capacity to see you, feel you, understand you, hold sacred space for you, all of that. There are people out there that aren't in that much pain and aren't that asleep and want to connect with you. They want to feel you, they want to understand you, they want to be present with you, they want to hold you and comfort you, they want to help you, they want to support you, they want to provide for you, they want to help you, if I haven't already said that. Anything that you want, there are people out there wanting to give that to someone, if that makes sense. The other thing that really helped me was truly acknowledging the extreme loneliness and isolation that I felt as a child. And my childhood was slightly unique because I just didn't allow myself to feel that or really see it. There was a lot of gaslighting that was going on. So I was constantly telling myself the story like, oh, every family is like this. Like, this is what it's like for everybody. And no. So the other thing that helped me was really feeling and seeing and ungaslighting myself, which I will go into in a whole other video on gaslighting and how to heal that. But it's basically just validating something and saying, yes, this happened, you are right, you are spot on, you're not questioning or doubting yourself anymore of what you felt. So I ungaslighted myself and was just like, wow, yeah, I can see why I felt so isolated and why I felt that way and why I had this whole blueprint of the universe set and the world set up in this particular way. And if you can't see it, then you might want to just ask the universe, like, show me what I need to see, what I need to acknowledge. Because for me, what I found is that what my inner children usually need the most is just acknowledgement of like how bad it is, or how, just not right it was, or just the truth, just the reality of things. Those are what my inner children have like strongly needed from me, is just acknowledgement. And sometimes it's hard to see when you've grown up in an environment that you were conditioned to believe was normal, and then you just continue to meet people that have those same qualities or characteristics. Like, I continued to meet people that could not join my reality and see my point of view and see me, feel me, hear me, understand me, and would gaslight me. So so try to open yourself up, because to wanting to acknowledge that and see the reality of things, because that will start to bring new experiences to you, new types of people into your experience. I want to give an example without getting too personal. I grew up with a family member that was just like, you have to rough it out and da 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 da, and which was not great, being a little girl. Little girls want to be taken care of and want to feel like our best interests are being kept in mind and everything. And then I started getting exposed to other men who would acknowledge that I was cold or uncomfortable or hungry or anything, and they would be just like, drop everything and be like, let's go get you something. And I'd be like, what, really? Like, it might seem really small or really trivial, but but that was kind of my experience. And so I started to experience different types of people, and I started being able to see the contrast and be like, whoa, this actually is not normal. Like, this is what's supposed to happen. This was my missing experience of feeling seen. Like, hey, you're cold, let's get you a jacket. Or hey, it's going to be 100 degrees out, let's not dress up in wool socks. Let's wear cooler clothing so you don't get dehydrated. Things like that. So try to open yourself up to experiencing different types of people. And the way that you can do that is by saying, what if there's other types of people out there? What if there are people out there that can connect with me, that can see me? And one of the things that really held me back as a child, when you're not loved in the way that you're meant to be loved, a part of your child's psyche can say something along the lines of, well, if I'm not getting loved in the way that I want to be loved, if I'm not getting connection in the way that I'm supposed to be getting connection, then there must be something wrong with me. And this can form a lot of shame and hiding of self and withdrawing and just carrying this shame around that something is wrong with you. That's what shame is. That you can feel like you're damaged inside and you're ruined and there's nothing you can do about it, and all of these things. And I had that as well, believe it or not, up until recently, and I released that because that was just something that just like got rubbed off on me. It didn't ever belong to me. And so another question that you can ask yourself is, what if there's nothing wrong with me? What if the people that I couldn't get connection from, what if it was actually their issue and I don't have to take any responsibility for it? That's on them. But what if nothing is wrong with me? What kind of people would I be manifesting in my life if that was true? Would I be manifesting people that truly care about me and see me and want to connect with me and help me and support me and, all of these things? So that is my next tip. So go into meditation for a few days or even a week and ask yourself, who is in the room with me? Who is positively, lovingly focused on me? And don't let this freak you out. If you're like thinking about, oh no, what if there's negative entities around me or what have you? You have the authority. You do. You have the authority, and it doesn't matter what kind of vibration you're in. You have the authority. If it does freak you out, don't do it. But if you're really interested to know how many angels and guides and beings are positively, lovingly focused on you, then I really encourage you to do that. And if you do believe in like negative entities or anything like that, you have the complete authority. You can just go away. I don't want you around here anymore. I positively envelop myself in loving light energy and pink light energy. Nothing can touch me. Nothing can be invited without my invitation. Things like that. And then you can start to feel like, what loving beings are in the room with me right now? The next is to acknowledge the loneliness and isolation that you felt as a child. And if there was any kind of gaslighting going on in your childhood, then ungaslight yourself, validate your inner child. And then start to open yourself up to experiencing different kinds of people. And you can do this by asking these questions that I said, and here's some reminders. And then the last step is to allow yourself to experience emotionally what you want. If you want to be married and have the most deepest, intimate relationship on this planet, go into your imagination and let yourself experience that from first person. Imagine looking into their eyes from your eyes. Imagine you holding hands as you walk down the beach. Imagine you're fiddling with your wedding ring on your finger. Imagine that you're going to bed next to them, snuggled up to them at night, those types of things. If you want to be surrounded by friends, if you want to have, whatever it is, whatever your vision of connection is, go to the end. Imagine, a 5-10 snippet of a scene, and imagine it, feel it, go through every single sense, eyes, nose, sight, smell, taste, touch, sound, all of that. And imagine it until it feels real to you. Embody it and just do it until it feels real. And once it feels real, it's on its way. It's coming. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to have people around you that want to connect with you and be with you and comfort you and help you and love you in the way that you deserve to be loved. I really hope this helped. Much love. Take care.